We'll do it live. Hello, everyone. It's Clint going live again because I just went live on Mr. E's channel or the Mysterious Mr. E. I can't remember what his channel's called, but a good conversation on writing, creative stuff, comics, that kind of stuff. And it was fun. Oh, look at this. I popped in a link to Peter, and here he goes. He appears. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going? I just got done with Billy Tucci's show.
Oh, good timing. Yeah, I did one. It was like an earlier stream. I'm so used to these late ones. And so it's like there's a little bit of time and it feels like, when you're promoting something, it's sort of a waste of an evening, Can you get more stuff done? I don't know. Maybe you don't feel like that. It's later for you over there.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, the time difference. It's like, what, 8:40 by you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure is. And I'm already exhausted, so I'm having a Mountain Dew, and we'll see how that goes.
Well, I've got a coffee.
There you go. So Charlie will be on soon too, and he's getting a Guinness.
Will he be drunk again?
He wasn't 5 minutes ago, so I think we'll be okay.
All right, good. Don't drink, Charlie. Last time.
That was on Peter's. That was the biggest. Yeah, that was.
It was a wonderful show. It was very informative. It was a great conversation. Then Charlie came on and he's like, "I'm so drunk, guys. Who wants to see me draw Spider-Man? I'm gonna draw Spider-Man with two hands." I was like, "All right, Charlie. Okay."
Yes, it was funny. Hi, welcome. Eric Huffles is here. Cryptic Comics is here. Brian O'Shea, can't wait for Fatal. Me too. I'm telling you, I'm so used to talking about it and looking at the pictures, but we're getting into some of like the creative stuff that it's not sort of part of the canned, like pitch. And it's fun to talk about. Drawn Talk is here. Hello. K Manifesto is here. Hello. Charlie is here. Hello.
Hey, Charlie.
What up, Pete?
What up?
What up, Clint?
Hey.
Congratulations, Pete, on a super fantastic, fine launch.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a great first day. We launched like sometime a little bit after 8:00 yesterday, and then now it's about almost 50% of the way there, which is fantastic. Thank you guys so much for supporting too. If you guys are in the chat and you've taken a look at this campaign and you've given it your time and your dollars, we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And Fatal we're over 55,000 now.
Nice.
It's crazy. I've been doing a lot. Maybe I'm being a little nostalgic or something, but I've been thinking about like 2 years ago, I never would have dreamed that I'd be part of a campaign that's making 55,000. And we're not finished yet. So it really is cool.
I would have never dreamed that I wasn't just making storyboards. Not only that, I remember being young and thinking, who's going to pay me to draw? I can't even fathom doing that for a living. Hail Cryptic Comics. I love that. Now I love Hail. These are Hail fellows well met.
It grows on you. Yeah, at first I was like, what? I don't get why is everyone saying Hail? But
weather reports maybe.
Yeah. It's hailing. Oh man. So this is I don't have that much planned for the stream, I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
But we're gonna talk about campaigns. And
I don't know, Clint, we've sat on the phone, I've talked to Pete, I've seen you guys. None of us ever runs out of anything to say. There's so much to talk about. We can't even hardly squeeze them in the streams. There's so much fun stuff to talk about.
Yeah. That's true. That's part of it. There's definitely like I don't know, like before it was like I was missing a writers group or was missing other comics fans, I don't know anybody over here that reads comics but me. So it's like more of this like solitary thing. And I remember I used to hide it from people because they think it's weird, But now, now it's like I've got all these friends that we talk about comics all the time. Like,
well, to me, it's combined a few things. And I've been I used to love being in bars, sitting at the bar, and chatting with somebody who you just met, But then there was a secondary thing. If you go back a little farther, I used to love being in the comic shop, and you talk to you talk to this 12-year-old or this 48-year-old who are both talking about Superman. It's just this thing spanned these generations, and in the meantime, I was sitting there in the comic shop. I would always be thinking, why don't any of us have drinks? And they would both look at me and say, get out of here.
You're looking at the 12-year-old wondering why you don't have a drink?
Yeah. Well, I'm Italian.
Hey, you kid, you want me to draw Superman for you, kid? I got two hands and they both work.
Like, hey, kid, where's your red wine? Get your red wine and get out of the shop.
So I am posting whatever this conversation does, wherever it leads us. I'm going to be really good about posting links and reminding everybody to back Fatal, because that calls to action are important. Call back Fatal tonight. Tonight's the night. You've been waiting for 30 days, almost 29 days. Tonight's the night. So back Fatal, and then also Alterna Comics, because you demanded it. Both are just fantastic campaigns. Right. And yeah, I'm gonna keep reminding you.
And hail the chat and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell for notifications.
There we go.
Yes. Those are the other things.
Now that feels proper.
Yeah, that's right. So I named this stream "Making Fun of Kickstarter" because I've seen funny things at Kickstarter, but we can talk about whatever we want. It's all good. But you know what I was thinking, like, what's like a benchmark I could make? And I thought, could I be the biggest comic crowdfunded campaign from Utah? Could I spin it like that and sort of build it into there? And then I realized, I didn't know this before, but Jake Parker is from Utah. Apparently he's from Provo. So I'm like, oh, great. Now I've got.
Who's that? I don't know that name.
Comics. Let's see. Comics. We'll go Utah. He's sorry, Utah. I don't want a specific city. I have a hard time thinking. There we go. Okay.
It's 4 letters, Clint.
Utah. I know it shows you like all the cities. Like I could get specific on cities, but I think I'm probably already there for my city. But so yeah, some of these are, if we filter them by most funded, right? No, most funded. We'll do that. There you go. There's the most funded. This is not a comic book. These are coins.
Schlock Mercenary Challenge coins.
What's the most funded comic?
I think it's this one right here. Skyheart Book 1 is technically it. And if you click on that, this is Jake Parker, who is a big YouTuber that is currently under fire for allegedly plagiarizing a book, essentially. I'm not sure I'm convinced that it's actually plagiary, though. The more I look into it, I'm not sure where I stand on it. But apparently he's from Provo. I did not know that.
But Clint, this is our great evil that lies before us. 101,000.
Yeah,
this is what we must defeat. You must be the biggest Utah crowdfunding comic there is in Utah. You can do it.
I don't think of how glorious that would be. Yeah, so this to me makes sense. That schlock thing, those are coins. I don't get that. That doesn't count. I don't know what that is. So I don't think it's schlock.
Schlock?
It's about fart jokes or something. I don't understand. And I don't understand why it made so much money off this coin, but it did.
We've all been looking around thinking Comic Kid is this new thing, but this whole time Peter Cimenti's been standing there saying, guys, I've been doing indie for years, and you're old in this town.
He said that. You said that on stream once with I think it was Ethan, right?
Yeah, Ethan's asking me about, when are you going to talk about, you're part of Comicsgate and this and that. And I'm like, I've been here since, the start. I'm like, I've been waiting for you guys. Where you been?
Pete saying, I built this town. This town is sprung up around me.
Ethan got a kick out of that. So, yeah.
Eric, are you moved in yet? Oh, sorry.
And it's a different mindset of indie too, because some people they're indie just because when you start off you're indie and you're doing your own thing and you're building up towards hopefully getting hired by the big two or whatever. That was never really my goal. to be perfectly honest, my biggest goal when I wanted to start out in comics, it was I wanted to work for Wizard magazine. And then eventually Wizard had gone under by the time that I really got going into doing comics as a career. And I just figured, I'll do Alterna and we'll see where it goes from there. It's at least like something I could build upon, and I could, cut my teeth and learn some stuff. And then the more you do it, the more I got into it, the more it was just like, no, I'm never going away. I'm never doing other kinds of projects. I'm never going to be building up whatever kind of property at the big two. Definitely. K Manifesto. How old is Alterna? It's 14 years. It's our 14th year. Yeah. Wow. 2006.
You're Peter Samari, impresario.
Yeah. Well, and I'm just glad we're still around. It's a marathon. Everyone thinks sometimes that comics is a sprint. It's about flood the market, get all the stuff out there when you can, do as much as you can right now, because you only have a prime of time you can get this stuff out there and done. And that's bullshit. So just look at it as you're just steadily building. Look back 10 years, goes by and you're like, wow, look what I accomplished.
And you can definitely steadily build with that beautiful Alterna black box and choose what you want to put in it.
It is true.
What a great transition.
Anyway, let me just don't call them. They're just let them go.
Oh,
well, then no one knows that they're transitions.
That's true. It's part of the gimmick around here, though. Is the
we love pointing out the segues and
how making them painfully obvious. But you're right though. That's how a professional would do things. But no, you're right. It's weird because I always get these questions, especially being on, I don't know, I think of it like a virtual book tour, when your campaign's going, and everyone asks, well, what do you want to write for Marvel or DC? I don't want to write for Marvel or DC. Like, I have enough stuff that I want to write for me. I mean, the only nice thing would be you can just write it and presumably turn it over to somebody and then move on with your life. But I don't really know how nice that is. That's kind of feels sad to me to really think about. I like having ownership over it. So
yeah, I think we're seeing a lot of people, and I mean, if you do go down the Marvel DC path or whatever, I think we're seeing a lot of people that get awareness, they get exposure from that, and then you just kind of end up leaving and doing your own thing. You keep all your great ideas to yourself, and then you do your creator own stuff where you get to actually take ownership and steer the ship. And I think we're seeing a lot of that now. We're seeing more of these pros that they want to be more like us, doing their own thing, having creative freedom, having the ability to even have the interactions with the readers they want to have. Whereas a lot of the time, I mean, we're finding out more and more now, the big two kind of were curtailing a lot of that. They didn't really want people to promote books in a certain way. They didn't want people to necessarily engage with readers. I think it was causing a lot of weird animosity, and I think that stuff has been building up, and it's led to what we currently have in the industry now. But I think we see a lot of people right now that want to do this indie thing, and it's finally, in a big way, very viable. And I think it's the best time ever to not only be an indie creator, but an indie reader too.
Yeah. You asked let me get the super chat, and then you asked a question last night on your launch stream that I didn't get an answer because I had to leave, and so
I was just about to get to you too.
I know I felt bad, but I'd already committed that I was going to do one. So, but Fred Garvin for $5, thank you very much, appreciate that. It says Clint, comics may be a fringe community, but they're great to promote reading among kids. So agree. Sure. I support you all for reading material for my son. Thank you. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm always trying to look for comics that my kids can read and that they're interested in reading. And so that's, part of my mission too. And in the comics that I make is I love that. I want to make books that my kids will love and enjoy too. That, I don't know. I just get a kick out of that. One of the most rewarding things was taking Downcast 2, and I had my nephews over, and they're the youngest one's like a tween, and then the other ones are teenagers, and they helped me package up some books, and I paid them a little bit of money, and I gave them books, and they took them aside, and Anyway, one of them gave one of the books to a girl that he's friends with, and she read it and she was like, I don't really like comics, but this was really fun to read. And it was just, there's something, I don't know, it was just really cool to hear that, because they don't care about your feelings. You know what I mean? Like, they talk about like an honest compliment. So that was really cool. So your question last night was, what's the future for you? Something like that. Like, what are you going to be doing,
Yeah. What's the future for you as a creator? What do you have on the horizon?
Yeah. So I think I've been thinking a lot about how to utilize crowdfunding and what's the right amount of crowdfunding. And I think for me, it's 2 campaigns a year. But the goal is, I want to know like if it's going to be February or March or whatever, it's going to be the same month and the same month every year, so people know that it's coming and that it's an event. And then perhaps I would do a third one, but it'd only be for like a reprint, something that's not necessarily new. You know what I mean? It'd be, yeah, if that happens a third time a year. We'll see how that goes. This could all change, but to me, that's the goal. That's the promised land.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. I think 2 campaigns a year is good. I mean, it gives you time to not only get the book together, but also to promote the book, which is, I think we're finding the most important part, and the biggest part, I think, that gets left out of the equation in the whole comic industry, is that proper promotion of the book, not just the 2 months that everyone in comics, lives by. It gets solicited, then you have 2 months and it comes out, and then you're constantly living in the future. And you're almost spoiling away, especially when they do these issues that are monthly or sometimes twice monthly. You're constantly spoiling stories or trying to figure out how not to spoil the story in order to sell the story coming out in 2 months that everyone's supposed to rush down to the comic shop and order. And it creates this weird disconnect. You can't really get too excited about the books you're making. And then you also feel like you have to bait and switch people and lie to them in a way. And it's just such a weird way to do it. But doing it like this, where you get to properly promote, you get to actually engage with your readers, you get to be honest with them about things too. I think that's what's leading to the success of so many people.
Yeah. There's something I've been thinking about is the promotion time. For me, it's hard to be creative during promotion mode, because I don't know. It's just, for me, it's just a different thought process. And then it's always in the back of my mind. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, so I want to like sort of relegate it to like portions of the year. You know what I mean? Like, this is hardcore promotion time, and then have time to do hardcore creative time. And of course you've got, some spillover both ways, but I don't know. I think I feel good about that. I like that a lot. Another $5 super chat. Thanks so much, Fred. Says, I know it's a joke, but you got to do Clint Stoker's Dracula. That would bring in some serious money for the fun of it. So I totally am, and I get that it's a joke. Like, there's a percentage of it that is a joke. It's I don't know, the novelty of it, I guess. So I understand that. The way that I want to do this, though, is because I only want to be doing like 2 crowdfunders a year. Is I don't think I want to do a separate campaign for Dracula. What I want to do is make it like the Ash Can. So I can launch a book, maybe the next Downcast installment, whatever, wherever it lines up. And for the Ash Can, so to speak, you can just add on a Dracula book. And I've got a story for it plotted out. I need to actually go down and write the script. But the story would work. It's a one shot. It would be fun. It would be a nice addition. And then what I want to call it is, here's where the real gimmick comes in. They're short and sweets for, sweet comics. And I could do one of these every time I launch a campaign. So that way I can do more stories, or I could, hire on somebody to write one and publish somebody else, and just do little one shot that you can add to your campaign. And it's not like $25 or something like that. I'll figure out the pricing, but it'd be some just way for you to get extra bang for your buck, I guess. So that's sort of the plan there. So who didn't answer that question though, Peter, was you, and I want to know for Charlie too. And it gets hard to answer sometimes, I think, because there's more beyond that. Even I'm so uncertain of. But what's your plan? I think you've been pretty open about it. But anything in particular?
Yeah, it's more the same, but it's also integrating crowdfunding more into the Alterna methodology of how we sell books and how we get things out there. I want to eventually utilize crowdfunding fully. I wanted to do it this year, but this year turned into this year. I wanted to utilize crowdfunding every single month to do a pre-order campaign and literally treat it like that was our version of previews, of Diamond previews. So in that campaign, it would have been like, let's say Gods and Gears #3 would be a part of it. Gods and Gears 1 and 2 would have been add-ons. So this way, if you're someone getting into the series and you go, well, #3 is up for pre-order, but I don't have the first two. And let's say this is the first time you ever heard of it. Well, on this campaign, unlike going through the Diamond system, because a lot of the times these books would be sold out at the comic shop, so you couldn't get #1 and 2. So if you missed out and you just heard about it now, well, now with this system, you could have went in there and did an add-on. And the thing is, it would have been different than doing it just through the Alterna site, because even though you could do that as well with the alternaaccess.com site, which is our official site store, I've noticed there is a distinct difference in the participation level between just ordering something on the site and having a crowdfunder. And with the crowdfunder, we could have an exclusive item. So every single month, you would have got an exclusive thing that was only limited to that crowdfunder. So this way, people could have purchased whatever they wanted to get on the crowdfunder, and they'll also get something that they could only get through that and couldn't get it anywhere else. So I want to do that moving forward. I want to obviously do more with Alterna distribution. I want to shift Alterna a bit into more, and I've said this before, and it includes your book. It was kind of the start of that, the official start of that. Alterna being almost more of like a republisher too. So looking at a lot more books that were out there that had a big premiere for their book on crowdfunding. And then we would split it up and have these exclusive type of covers for the Alterna release on single issues. And they're more affordable. This way they can get out there. You get more readers from that. And then this way those readers can then turn into backers for maybe your next book, whether it was an Alterna book or not. And I think that's a way that, because I'm always looking for, as a publisher, how can we be useful to the creator and how can we give value to the reader? Because otherwise, if we can't do both, we're just fleecing people and it's a complete bullshit business. So if we're not giving the value to the reader and we're not useful to you, the creator, you don't need us. So that's how I figure we could do that moving forward, because the whole industry is changing, the business is changing, and even on a small level like what we're doing, things are still changing. So we need to evolve with that.
Yeah, I like that a lot. To me, that was one of the biggest downsides of a lot of publishers, is that you can't make whatever you want, or you have to like release it through them. They have all these rules. It's just nice, the peace of mind you get from being able to crowdfund something first, to kind of just, you make sure it's viable. You can make sure that your creative team is paid for, all this kind of stuff first, and then you go ahead and you can get it published. So I don't know, for me, like Downcast, getting these 4 issues published through Alterna, it's so stress-free for me, because I've done all the hard stuff already. So it's nice. I think that's a big selling point. I'm curious with these the sketch covers. Have you sold sketch covers yet, or like with sketches? Is this one it?
Yeah. So far, 4 have sold as add-ons. The last time I had checked, some sketch cards had sold too. It was funny because before, when I was tabulating all the perks and stuff that have been ordered on the main page, I'm like, this doesn't add up anything close to the amount of backers we have. And then I thought, oh, it's because we have like 40 something people that did the secret perk. So that doesn't show up publicly. I'm like, everyone's going to think we're just fudging the numbers or something.
I run into that too. Yeah, our campaign's the same way with all the secret stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It's like, where are all the backers coming from? They're there, trust me. But with add-ons, it gets even more complicated. So for me, I think it was a t-shirt. It thinks I'm one of these 4 that bought a t-shirt, but I actually bought a t-shirt, a hat, and a book. So,
Yeah.
or maybe it was the hat. I can't
I'm
remember.
finding most people are doing at least 2 to 5 add-ons, and we have almost 50 items that you can add on, so you can custom make your own bundle. And that's kind of what I wanted to do with this. I wanted to really take advantage of Indiegogo as much as we possibly could, and really get as much out there for the reader.
Yeah. I like that. The only thing I wish, maybe it does this, but I don't think so. I wish you could do add-ons after you check out on the same perk. You know what I mean? Like you could, like a month later, decide, oh, I'll just add this on to my current order. You know, that would be nice. But I don't know. Indiegogo, we'll have to listen. Fred, for another $5. Thanks, really appreciate it. He says Pete is the definition of looks being deceiving. He looks like a 90s pot dealer with Warren Buffett business sense.
I've said that before. He looks to me, Fred, like my Adderall dealer.
And would you believe I've never smoked, I've never done any drugs, and I hardly drink. I'm already weird enough as it is. I don't need that stuff. Imagine.
I'm going with the Pete model.
See, I don't have any glasses around here.
Come to me for what you need, kid.
And these are way dorkier than you'd even think they are, because I got my glasses underneath.
Oh! That was mystical.
It's like that GIF, the meme of the guy taking off his glasses, and there's another pair underneath. You know.
Yep.
Sunglasses. Yeah.
Yeah.
In honor of Alterna launch, I'm going hat and sunglasses in the Peter Cimetti model.
There you
Salud.
go. There you
Salud,
go.
Peter. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
So while we were asking the question, I'm going to ask Charlie the same question. I don't know if this will be a little bit more difficult, but Charlie, what are your plans for the next year, going into the next year? As far as comics go. Yeah.
Finish Fatal maybe in the end of October. And then if Fatal goes real well, keep pumping away. And if you catch your evil that we just discussed, then I am in talks with Zach to do a project. And if that gets off the ground, then we'll all go visit Eric in his new house.
That's right. It looks a little different back there, Eric.
It's a bit different. It's a lot bigger.
Let's get a better look here.
You know,
it is bigger.
Congrats on the house, man.
Thank
nice. You. Nice. You gonna put your guitar back there again?
It's right over here.
Oh, okay.
It's not hung up yet.
Cool. Nice. Are you tired from moving?
Yes.
Cool. What room are we in there? What is that room?
This is my studio.
That's huge. That looks like a family room.
Yeah, it is a family room, but we don't need it, so it's mine.
I love how you can hear how empty it is. Because you got a little bit of the reverb on the voice.
Yeah. Is there? This is my first time doing any sort of streaming or anything, so my setup is
questionable.
No, I mean I love it because of the fact that means how big that room is, and you know that's great for you guys. I'm happy for you, man. You've worked your ass off. You guys deserve it.
This area back here is going to be all of our shipping and fulfillment storage stuff. Right now, it's got the Flying Fortress books and a lot of other stuff because I'm still sorting stuff. I was like going through boxes tonight, like emptying out boxes and putting books on bookshelves. So it's been restless.
Nice, dude. But you said it is the family room, but you have other family rooms for the family?
We have a living room in the front, and that's where normally we hang out in the living room and the dining room. That's sort of how our family works. So the boys have their rooms, and we have our room, and in the back of the house is the family room, and it was everything I needed for a studio. It's got all the space. We're gonna, we've got the couch here. We've got to fix this TV, but we'll bring the PS4 in here for the kids to play during the day while Dad's lettering away. and drawing Battle Brick Road. What? And it's just there's still a lot of work to be done, and I've been run ragged.
I Borrow Ideas has got you covered too. We'll look at your campaign too. Oh, that's
much obliged.
That's great. It's cool to, I don't know. It's just cool that you're lettering full time, and I don't know. It just seems like, I don't know. You bought a house, like things are going well. That's so cool.
And for any of those questioning, this is just lettering money and Flying Fortress money. That was it. Like my wife works less than part time, so this is not Battle Brick Road money. I didn't just take the $70,000 and put a down payment on a house. So rest on your chassis there.
So what you're saying is, if you make comics that people want to buy, you could earn a living.
That's
instead
true.
Instead of force feeding garbage down the, instead of foie gras feeding fat ducks fatty livers that they don't want.
Yes.
Then propose something that people want. Something like a sci-fi adventure in space, maybe with a sexy man leaping through the air off of the Ferrari of speeders, where two hot dames are blasting away at some fools and leaping through the galaxy. Something like that. I don't know, something that somebody would want.
Something like that. Yeah.
He's got a butt back there somewhere for Anna. All right, when we were on Anna's stream, that's all she could talk about is where the male butts. And I said, I saw that. Yeah. I think you're in the minority here, but I don't know.
We will provide cheage for all interested parties.
What about Charlie had this beautiful 2-page spread, and she's zooming in real tight on just finding any flat man ass that she could find and saying, look at that, criticizing. I'm like, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
Step back a bit. That's a beautiful page. 2 pages.
She should enjoy the fact that we've got some monkey butt on the Kenneth Rocafort variant.
Yeah. Well, I want to tell her, like, you can get drawn into the book and you could put anyone's butt in there.
Yeah.
And it could be in the book. So
we'll draw peaches for her if she would like.
Yeah, that's true. Why not? Anyway, so Fatal, we're not going to talk about transitions because we don't do that here. But Fatal is live on Indiegogo. We've got only 29 hours left in the first 30 days. So tonight is the best night to back it. If you haven't backed it yet, get in there, back it. We want to get this number as high as we can before we extend the campaign, because it makes us look cool. It makes everyone here look cool. Plus, if you have backed it and you want your wildest dreams to come true, if you're wearing this shirt, this shirt was highly demanded for. People were calling for it, and it is now calling your name. You could also be wearing this Fatal t-shirt that is only available on this campaign. It is an exclusive Fatal Indiegogo t-shirt. So back it. That's your other ability here to support the campaign.
I have to back it just to get the t-shirt.
Well, Charlie, I could send you one. I mean, you don't.
Can you guys see the teleprompter reflection in my glasses? Is that coming through?
A little bit.
Yeah, I can see this shape. I can see the shape, but what? Gay porn. I know it. It's gay porn.
Yeah. Now it's clear.
Okay.
Now your secret is out. That's why you moved.
I have to move again.
The other thing we got here is Alterna Comics, because you demanded it. When I copy the link here and post it, you're off to a really good start. You're just about halfway. It'd be great.
Give it a refresh.
Here, maybe it is halfway.
Yeah.
Come on. 50% exactly halfway.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate that.
Beautiful. I'll post that link in the description as well. Lots of good stuff here.
This is the best start we've ever had on a campaign, honestly. To see that we've raised this much and it's just day one and 29 days left, that's not a number I'm used to seeing on these kinds of things. So thank you guys. Really appreciate it.
Well earned.
That's great. Yeah, the fun thing about this was buying a blank variant cover for Downcast. It's one of those things, like I fantasize about buying my own book someday you know. And so it was just a little moment of like, yeah, man, I've made it, you know. So that was really fun for me. So yeah, all the books, if you want to pick out individual ones, you can get them in the add-on section. So you just pick a tier, and then it'll have a list of add-ons, and you can pick which ones you want. I think it was Charlie was asking about that before. So yeah, you can really mix and match. It's a lot like a shopping cart, really. Is kind of what it ends up being.
Yeah, I wanted it to be as much of like a pop-up store as we could get it to be. The only things I would ever ask of Indiegogo at this point to change would be something that we've actually had people ask us too. Once they purchase a reward, they would like to be able to modify it and add on to that reward without rebacking. This way they don't have to get stiffed on shipping. And then the other thing I would like Indiegogo to do maybe one day would be to add the ability to adjust quantity. So this way, if you have whatever it is, you know, whether it's 100 or unlimited, people would be able to actually go in there and select, you know, 2, 3, 4. Because some people were like, I want to get 5 or 6 of these cases. You know, you don't have an option for that. You got one, I could buy another as an add-on, and then you've got 10. So I have to keep on going back and forth, you know, and actually get the cases that way. But I would like for Indiegogo to do that. But maybe they will, because they have been pretty innovative with a lot of this stuff. Kickstarter is just frozen in time. It feels like 2009 still on that site.
I tried to back I did successfully, but I backed a project on Kickstarter 2 weeks ago. It was so difficult to navigate through like tiers because they can't put the artwork up there, and it's like, I know what I wanted. It's a record. I wanted to buy this record. It's like, come on now, like make this more accessible. Like, where is your UX and UI guy? What do they do?
Yeah.
It's weird because Kickstarter used to be like the sleek, sexy one. You know what I mean? Like it, but they just haven't bothered to update things or, I don't know, improve things. Yeah, and a lot of it is just functionality things that would improve things.
I think it's the complacency of being at the top. You know, when they're at the top and they're a household name, it's kind of like, whatever, Indiegogo, they got nothing. We're Kickstarter. But Indiegogo was like, well, we have to compete. We have to do something. We have to stand out. And I feel like it's the exact same mirror situation in comics. You know, all of us indie guys are like, we got to do something. We got to, you know, be innovative. We got to take risks. We got to be creative. We have to stand out. And the people at the top are like, whatever, those indie guys, who cares about them? We're the big two. We're Diamond. We're whatever, you know. And well, everybody's starting to inch up, and they're all getting left in the dust.
Yeah, it's true. There's a competitive advantage in just giving people what they want. Yeah, and it's sad. Like the comics is that way, but they just refuse sometimes to give people what they want. It seems pretty straightforward. But Eric, give the people what they want. This is Battle Brick Road. I think everyone wants one of your sweet, sassy pitches.
Sassy. All right. Man, you're catching me maybe on an off night. But here we go.
That's okay.
It's Wizard of Oz. I got the Vaughn in my face here. It's Wizard of Oz with guns. Zeb Hatfield and I have taken the story of Wizard of Oz, stripped away all of the magic and fantasy and frilliness, and just loaded it with AR-15s and explosives and cordite and blood. And we've really just sort of taken it and expanded upon it, made it a lot more interesting, a lot more. It's more of a book that I would want to read rather than, fairies and talking lions and things like that. So it's a 52-page graphic novel. It's part 1 of 4. That is a sort of a retelling of The Wizard of Oz, set in the not-too-distant future. Dorothy Gale, on a mission to find her dad, discovers the long-lost world of Oz. And how do I say it? It's been a while since I pitched. And she discovers a group of badasses who also need to find their own things.
The book kicks ass. Eric Weathers is making it. He's got great art on there, great story. He's lettering the dang thing too. What the heck else do you people want?
What else do you want
today?
in this world?
That's all you need to know. It's looking good. There's lots of I don't know, just great action, great poses in here too. I think seeing Flying Fortress and then seeing this, because you could see the progression through Flying Fortress, but seeing this too, it's like even boom, like a several notches above. So I don't know. Yeah, man, you're tearing it up.
I am pouring myself into these pages, making sure there's as good as I can possibly do. And,
you got that beautiful Ken Roquefort cover too, right?
Yes, the Ken Roquefort variant cover.
He just followed me on Twitter, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he's a great.
He's wonderful.
Yeah, and actually, friends on Facebook as well. And I noticed a couple of days ago he posted just this artwork in a link to the campaign. So that was pretty cool.
That's cool.
It's sort of out of the blue. The cover. I mean, how is there? How do you not love that? You know, I mean, it's fantastic. He nailed it. Scarecrow looks perfect. Tin looks perfect. There's monkey butt right there. Shiny.
It's Roquefort-tastic.
Yeah.
You know what though? This is a great cover, but your cover still. I backed at your cover, and then I saw his cover, and I'm like, that's a really cool cover. I still want your cover.
Thank you. That means a lot. Honestly, it does, because you see the new backers come in. It's like Roquefort variant.
Yeah.
Get it. But
yeah,
having people still want the original, I think it's heartwarming.
I would back just on the basis that you in the pitch was in the not too distant future. I was there. Anybody?
No.
Next Sunday, maybe. There was a guy named Joel. Not too different for you or me. He worked at Gizmonic Institutes, not just another suit, not just another guy in a red jumpsuit. He did a pretty good job cleaning up the place, but his bosses didn't like him, so they shot him into space.
Clint, I told you I didn't want to be on the stream again when Charlie was drinking.
Well, Professor Murph here, that was not a transition. Professor Murph, right?
Murph.
Yeah. For $20, thank you so much. Says launching my mini series in October. Had the honor of being rejected by both Image and Alterna. What an honor. While it's easy to disregard Image these days, Pete's like that fighter you want on your side. He's impossible not to like and respect. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice though. If you launch a killer crowdfunding campaign, you're automatically going to be a lot more attractive as a creator. So kudos. I hope that your campaign does super well. That would be fantastic. And thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that.
And if it does great, make sure send me an email with a screenshot and say, how you like them apples, Samedi?
Yeah.
Passed on this.
You could have had this. You can, do one of those.
I'm still waiting for a creator to do that to me. Maybe he's the one.
It could be. It's either because they are great people that don't gloat.
They should gloat.
Or maybe the book needed some work. I don't know.
Well, I love to see the success of others. So that's the thing too, is that someone like that, where I rejected his submission, it doesn't mean most of the time with the rejections, you could be a year away, 2, 3, 5 years away. Maybe sometimes it's just not a good fit. Maybe it's a better fit at another publisher, or maybe it's a story that's so groundbreaking and so hard hitting and unique that you just need to get it out into the world. I'm not going to sit here and say you need to be at a publisher, you need to be at Alterna or wherever, because I didn't do that. I just put my book out there into the world, and I made my own company. So it'd be ridiculously hypocritical of me to say you absolutely need me. You could do it. Everybody could do this.
Pete, I need you.
Well, that's different.
Show.
That's after the show.
Show. Is this what you say to any submissions? Show, don't tell.
Yeah. Yep.
Show, don't tell. So I don't know what do you ask for people to submit?
Well, I always want people when they pitch their book, make sure that you're actually pitching the book. You know how often I get people they'll send something in and they'll say, if you like Hellboy and you enjoy Batman, you'll like my book. That doesn't. Just tell me about your book. you can close with that if you'd like, but it's not going to necessarily impress me, because once I read it and I go, well, I love Hellboy and I love Batman, but this ain't nothing like that. So you just kind of set yourself up for failure in a way.
Yeah.
You put all these expectations and made it weird. Just talk about your story. Talk about, you can be very matter of fact if you want to, or you could be as bombastic as you want. That's fine also. But make sure you're actually talking about the book. So many submissions, the pitches alone, I'm like, man, I don't think this is going to turn out right. And then when I see the pages, I'm like, yeah, and it feels like you're making up, like you're insecure about the story. Like, you're not ready yet. So you're really trying to hype it up in a very odd way. But if you can actually explain it concisely to me about what the story is, about who it would be for, about why people are going to love these characters and root for them or root against them, whatever it may be, that gives me an idea too of, okay, this is how I can sell this book. This is how I can get people excited about this book. But a lot of the time, if it's just, if Clint's like, oh, you should like Downcast, because Downcast is like sci-fi and, there's flying cars. So if you like that, you like this book. Is that really your whole book? I don't think it is.
No.
What's your book about? So tell me what that's about, and then I know what's going on, and then I can make an informed decision too.
The other thing too is, anytime you're pitching something or putting together a log line or something, the part that you don't think is that interesting but really is the human emotional hook element. That is crucial, because everybody universally is going to understand what emotions feel like, and then they'll be connected to your story. So if you can figure out what that internal conflict is, it's in every single story, film, comic out there. That's a good practice. Like, you could take like Lord of the Rings. What's the, where's the human emotional aspect to it? If you can do that and conceptualize it in a nice, succinct way, then do that with your own book, and that is going to make your
Hobbit
pitches
or
so
Lord of the
much
Rings.
Yeah.
The Lord of the Rings would be a young molested hobbit finds a way to become invisible and escape his overbearing uncle. Is that how it goes?
Different version, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, that's not it.
Depends. Who are you? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's up to you. That's
definitely pick it up.
They would. They absolutely would. I don't know if I really care about making fun of Kickstarter right now. We have enough stuff to talk about, but do you think Berserker is going to hit $1 million?
What's it at right now?
784,000.
Yeah.
14 days left. Probably.
Is. Yeah.
Yeah. They could do it.
I have a weird thought that I've seen pictures of it, but never motion. In my head, Keanu Reeves is Zach. Does anybody else have that?
You think I
don't know.
That's his Keanu Reeves' secret identity?
Yeah,
he secretly has a YouTube channel and he makes fun of SJW comic books. What does that mean?
I don't know. There's something of a simplicity of a character, and maybe because I don't know. I've only talked to Zach on the phone once, and but we all hear him do his videos. But there's a simplicity in his delivery and what he's aiming at and what he does. And if you've ever seen Keanu Reeves, he's not trying to move in any weird directions. He's just aimed at the goal and he goes to it. Is that just me? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't put that thought into Keanu Reeves.
There's a fan.
I think if this was Keanu Reeves' campaign with his book and there was no publisher attached, I could get behind that a little bit more. But there's a PR team, there's a publisher, they're paying for advertising, they're paying for articles, they're paying for press. It's a big to do, and it should be. But he's not quite on that level of, Zach, indie creators. They're all kind of forces of will. And not to say that Keanu didn't have a lot of that with his own career, but in terms of a comic creator, I don't think we've seen that kind of force of will yet.
Yeah.
You mean Zach?
No, I mean Keanu.
Keanu.
He hasn't had that level of, up against impossible odds.
he had the creative
comics
aspect, and then he had this mechanism to help him make the crowdfunding happen. Whereas Zach just did it himself. He grabbed life by the horns. Yeah,
because Keanu's reputation precedes him. He's got a storied career. He's an icon with many different kinds of characters, and then he comes in making a comic. As long as it looks halfway decent, if he fully wrote it, or if he fully drew it, or if he's just fully publishing it and he's the complete face of the book, and there's no publisher, there's nothing attached. And even if he uses connections, which obviously he should, he's built them throughout his career, he should use whatever he has available. Then I can give that kind of thing more credence. But this kind of a thing is like, it's smart business. It totally is. Yeah. It's up Boom's alley, definitely. But he's not quite that level of, you're up against the whole world, especially the way some of us have been. And the world just wants to just squash you like a bug. And you're like, nope. I'm not going to let it happen. Yeah. And maybe he has, in terms of his acting or his career. I don't know much about, any of his struggles. I know he's had some, everyone's had. But in terms of comics, he's coming into it much later in life, where he's obviously got a lot on his side.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I have one. I got to say this because I was going to say it earlier and I forgot. But you were talking about submissions. I actually have received 3 different submissions, even though I'm not a publisher. I publish just my own stuff. But I just got another one yesterday, the day before, where someone sent me a pitch and some artwork, and they said, "Hey, will you publish this?" I said, "Sorry, I don't. I wish you luck, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't even want to do that." But anyway,
well, but you've turned yourself into a publisher, yeah?
Yeah, but I can barely. Right now, it's like the publishing is to support my writing. You know what I mean? It's like out of necessity publishing. But down the road, though, those short and sweets, I'm telling you, if I'm doing 2 crowdfunders a year, I can add these little, short stories, and I think I could totally open those up to some other creators. That'd be fun.
Yeah, notice submit to me.
That's true. I can email them back and say, hey, Alterna is accepting submissions, and that's kind of a rare thing, it seems like, nowadays for publishers to even be doing. So
how many submissions do you get in a month or a year?
Like 100 to 150 a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. God damn.
Wow. That is a lot. Fred here he's going to pay to keep my lights on. I really appreciate it. Fred, for another $5, says, I hate Lord of the Rings, but the story of a young molested hobbit traveling through the dangers of all the scapes is interesting. Contact Netflix. Yeah, that could work.
And there won't be Lord Mordor. It'll just be or not Lord Sauron. It'll just be Lord Weinstein.
Lord Weinstein.
And he'll just be looking. You won't go to the mountain. You'll just be going to the couch. Couch.
There's not walking. There's just Let's just walk over to my couch. That's all the walking in the new one. Special.
Simonon7 says Pete has a sweet competition. Not really. The way I see it is I am an independent imprint of my own stuff. That's what I'm going to call it. And then working with Alterna is fantastic. So I don't know. I think I've got a good deal. Speaking of good deals, Fatal is live on Indiegogo right now. And we only have 29 hours left. I'm going to post a link. If you haven't backed it yet, now's the time to do it, because you will be a hero. Live on air, we will praise your name. There will be huzzahs all around. This is a gorgeous book. There's nothing more you could ask for. Fantastic writing, fantastic art, and even the lettering. Eric is showing off on this page like no letterer can even approach. This is amazing, and this is only one page. Just wait till he gets to this page, double page spread. Wait till he does this. It's going to be epic. So check that out. And if you have backed it and you're wondering how else you can support the campaign, let me get to the right place here. You can get a t-shirt. This has been high in demand. You get an Indiegogo exclusive t-shirt. You will not be able to get this anywhere else except for Indiegogo. And tonight is the perfect time to back it. So check that out. It's in the link. Yeah, do it. Just do it. Peter, tell us about Alterna Comics because you demanded it.
All right. So this campaign is the result of the fact that we have the most demanding readers in comics. You guys won't believe the ridiculous emails I get, the gall of some of these people. You know, this book is sold out. Why is it sold out? I want it. This thing, why don't you have it? I want to buy it. You know, it'd be great if you did this and made that. I want to get that. And I'm like, oh, man. Come on. Yes, seriously, these people. So that's my best impersonation of a comic book pro on Twitter. Now, this campaign obviously is because of the fact that we love you guys. We really appreciate the fact that you've been not just the best readers in comics, but the most helpful, the most supportive, and the most creative. You guys have given us a lot of great ideas over the years, so we're doing this campaign to honor those ideas. And so far, the first day has been fantastic, and you guys are really showing that you do want these things. The blank variants that we have been our most requested item. When we put the collector cases out a couple months ago, people got them, and they said, these are great. I would love if I could actually put some art in there, too. So that got us thinking, okay, how do we do that? How do we incorporate that? Because Alterna is creator-owned, so it starts to get a bit dicey on how much merchandise do we make that's related to the property specifically. Like, I can make all the merchandise I want out of the Alterna logo, but in terms of making merch, even stickers and collector inserts out of the guys, you know, you guys, your books, it gets a little bit odd. So I made sure to ask all the creators, okay, who wants to take part? Who wants to, you know, have these inserts out there? Who wants to have kind of like a merchandised thing on this campaign? Everybody wanted to be a part of it. So everyone was great. So we've got t-shirts, we've got the hats, we've got the red Alterna beanies back. People have been asking about those for about 6 or 7 months. A lot of great stuff here. If you get the $99 featured perk, that's your best bet. You're going to get all the reprints. You're going to get all the blank variants. You're going to get all the collector cases, the inserts, and you're going to get a collector case too. And then we're going to unlock more and more reprints and blank variants as we go along on the campaign. And you're going to automatically get those added to that bundle. You don't have to do anything at all. So depending where we reach on this campaign, if we reach 25,000, let's say, it unlocks pretty much everything. So you're going to get way more books than you thought you were going to get. And you're going to get a bunch of surprise items, too, that we're not even going to talk about some of them. You guys are just going to open up the package when you get it, and you're going to go, oh, I didn't know I was going to get like this sticker or this pin or this magnet or, you know, whatever it is. Just some fun stuff. This whole campaign is about giving you guys what you want and thanking you for your support over the years and just making it fun. We wanted to make it fully customizable, too. So there's almost 50 add-ons. So you guys can pick whatever it is you'd like and customize your own bundle. So it's all about you guys, and this is the only reason we're doing this stuff anyway, is because of your support. So we really appreciate the fact that you guys are sticking by us and that you love this campaign so far. So thank you.
And if you guys want, you can get original art. Look, I could draw on your cover. So just saying, that could be cool. That's for one of us. So check that out. I'm gonna post the link, and I think I already did, but I'll do it again. Post the link, and I'm seeing people ask questions like, "Why are we making fun of Kickstarter?" Oh, trust me, we'll get to that again. It's only like 90% clickbait. The other 10% is, you know, sure, we can make fun of Kickstarter. That'll work. So the people are also demanding that we know about Battle Brick Road, because tonight's an important night of crowdfunding champions. You passed 70K.
I have.
Congrats, man.
Yeah. Tonight's so important for you to back Battle Brick with the best book on Indiegogo by me. With me working.
On the art.
You could type my name in Indiegogo. This will be the best one that I'm working. I'll also say that about any other book, but this one in particular is probably at least deep bias. But man, just look. I'm going to assume that's for me, so thank you. But just look at this artwork. the artist on this Battle Brick Road book, I mean, he is leaps and bounds better than he was on the last project. I would say that's probably his best work ever.
I heard he's been taking steroids. Is it steroids?
It's not so much steroids as it is bang, but whatever works.
Onions.
Whatever works, you know. These are legal steroids.
Onions are the opposite of soy.
Are they?
They have some testosterone element. It's just as scientific as the whole soy thing is to estrogen. Like literally the same, scientific kind of stuff. It's exactly the same. So onions.
So this is just full of onions.
Yes, this book is full of
dripping with onion.
Look at those 2 onions.
2 onions. An onion by the name of Toto.
And he's messing this fool up too.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed he is. There's so much more that I want to show you, but I don't want to show you. You know what it's like? But you just gotta give it a little tease.
You gotta
here and there. And that's what I'll do. I'll give out little teases here and there, but not right now.
Yeah.
This world has more testosterone than an onion and just as many layers.
Yeah, it smells just as bad too.
Heaven.
Very cool. I'm posting the link in the chat. Check out Battle Brick Road on Indiegogo right now. And we got to move to this one. Marsh makes comics for $5. I think this is officially the most super chats I've had in one night. Really appreciate it, everybody. That's excellent. Yeah, it's Peter. I appreciate it.
He says, the people love you and hail the chat.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Chat is high tea full of onions. All right. Marsh Makes Comics says, love y'all. Check out Only Death Can Save Us on Indiegogo too.
That looks really cool.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. That, that's a good one.
Russ's project looks great.
Russ's project. I backed it. I am a backer officially. I love it. Okay. So guys, we already looked at comics in Utah, Utah. And I've got a special announcement to make. These are not okay. Wait, we're gonna sort this not by magic, by most funded.
Did you say by magic?
Yeah, it says by magic.
Magic. Do you know what that's code word for? Whatever Kickstarter wants to promote.
Yeah,
and that's what it stands for. Their secret favors, however that works.
Mm-hmm.
So there's these 2 schlock campaigns. These don't count because this is coins, and I don't even think this is a comic book. It's just a book or something. I don't know. But here we go. This is Skyheart Book 1. This is by Jake Parker, the big YouTuber. And this is the biggest crowdfunded book from Utah. So if we could beat that, I would do my hair like I would officially be the white Mr. T. I could do that. I could shave it, everywhere except for the middle. I wear chains. What else? Feathers in the ears. Whatever you got to do. That would be worth it.
If you get 100, not just $100,000, but 101,884 or higher,
yes,
you're Mr. T. What if you tie? What if you tie? You come in at 101,883. What happens?
I mean, you got to have a goal, right? So we have to have that 4 in there.
I wonder, is there a way you can see if he's got other campaigns?
Jake Parker?
Yeah, you can go and see if he's got other ones. Because maybe your total might be close to beating him.
I mean, are you trying?
It says 4 created right there.
It says Gilbert, Arizona.
Yeah, he has moved to Arizona. I don't know if you saw my message. He's no longer in Utah. But when these launched, he was in Utah.
But if he's not in Utah, I mean, if these aren't, I don't think there's a good competitor below that. So I feel like I have to keep it here.
Alone on top of that movie.
Yeah. Sorry, what's that?
Scott Johnson's in there. Kickstarter.
Who?
Scott Johnson.
I
don't know how well his stuff did though.
Okay.
He's cartoonist and podcaster.
Okay.
I guess I didn't comic book though. Never mind.
Okay.
Forget I said anything.
Yeah, it's all good. Don't worry about it. But I don't know, he's got these other ones. So his total has to be pretty up there because he's got a lot of
there.
campaigns.
Check him out.
Right.
Open him up.
Antler Boy and Other Stories is an anthology. Drawings 5 and Drawings are just art books. Skyheart is a graphic novel. I have it on my shelf actually.
Really?
So,
you know what that makes you? Part of the problem. Let's get him, Clint.
Look, this one's only 52,000. We've already beat this one.
mhm.
Congratulations, Charlie. So this is off the
Congratulations,
list.
Clint. High fives
Yeah.
all around.
Why, thank you.
Merits will be handed out promptly.
Skyheart, we looked at that one. Drawings, where did this one land? It doesn't say. Oh, here we go. 63,000. That's in striking distance right there.
Next
This
goal.
is a sketchbook though, huh? Okay. So then we have the Antler Boy. That sounds like a classic. $85,000. So actually there's kind of a nice Jake Parker is not a willing participant in this, but we just made him part of it. So.
Well, you should be flattered.
He should be.
Yeah, in all honesty, this guy's been killing it.
I know. I'm like, whew. Yeah, he's does good. Yeah, that would be a good goal. I've already made fun of Kickstarter so much. I'm sure I'll do it some more, but honestly, that's what it comes down to. On Indiegogo, I think I could say I'm probably the biggest Utah-based comics campaign on Indiegogo, but that's so specific, so we had to go to Kickstarter too. Speaking of, man. I think we have we've got some more backers. I'm going to do some refreshing here.
Can you search by
boom
state in Indiegogo?
That I'm not sure. I have to play around with that. We got another backer, $55,499, $1 away from this all being. Wait, I have to do the math for it to all be fives. That would be pretty great. So thank you everybody for supporting this. If we got to 56,000, that would just be that much better. I'm gonna refresh this. Go out on a limb. Starting at 104 backers, 105 backers. There's one more for Alterna Comics because you demanded it.
Nice.
Don't forget to back Battle Brick Road. I don't know. Should I refresh it or not? Or should I wait? You had less time than us.
No, it's fine. I didn't receive any emails, so you know.
Okay, it's still epic. $70,000. Now, just for the kicks of it, let's explore comics. I want to see if you can search by state.
I don't see it.
What if I'm just curious.
Oh, look at that. I'm the best-selling book in Utah.
Right next to Little Girl Lethal. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't think there's.
Why would Utah come up on Battle Brick Road?
I don't know.
That's.
I need to Control F my campaign and scrub any references to Utah right now.
I just doubt that there are any. Right?
There are zero.
So that's one thing Indiegogo. The only thing that Indiegogo could improve are these little things like giving us easy ways to search for campaigns.
Yeah,
to beat.
searching could be better.
Yeah.
Hey, Indiegogo, we're looking at ways to rub it in each other's faces of who sold what where.
Yeah.
Come on,
It's for the greater good. We make Indiegogo more money the more we do that kind of stuff. So it's friendly competition, I guess.
It's true.
This is Richard Meyer's campaign. I don't know how I missed this one launching.
When did this launch?
Oh, I saw Renzo put. I retweeted Renzo's drawings. Renzo's doing fantastic work for this.
Probably yesterday he launched because he got 29 days left.
No wonder we don't know about it. I've just been off the grid. Okay, this is the one that ties into Desolation Wave.
The stars are destination. Oh, I thought it was saying destination.
This isn't actually Desolation Wave under this title. Did he already launch Desolation Wave?
Yeah, because that was a short story with
Jawbreakers, right?
2.
Yeah. So I don't know. I thought he was going to do a full thing on it, but I think this is different art. I love that we're analyzing this book. We have no idea of anything about it.
Yeah, we can watch the video.
Yeah. Holy cow. K Manifesto, $10. Thank you very much. Enjoy a 12-pack of Mountain Dew on me. Great panel tonight. Thank you. Appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Seriously. That's really kind of you. This campaign looks...
Scroll down to that blueprint thing.
The blueprint thing? Way at the bottom?
Yeah. What is that? Because
I love blueprints.
This one.
How badass would that be to have a Toto blueprint?
Ooh.
That'd be cool.
Could put that in your extras or something. Oh, this is a poster.
That might just happen. People will just have to accept it. It'll just have to be there.
Yeah, that is cool. I got one from Christopher Tyler, whatever his full name is. That is Iron Man, the original suit. That's like a schematic drawing. Cliff.
Brian, was that Christy girl that kept calling you that?
He kept calling me Cliff. I didn't correct him because I didn't want to interrupt him, but then it just ended up keep going. It's okay because I get his last name wrong so frequently that I guess I deserve it.
Maybe it was on purpose to get you back.
Let me grab this. I'll show it to you guys. Continue speaking.
Kind of looks like a cliff.
He does sort of look like a cliff.
He could totally pass for a cliff. More like a Cliff Bar, perhaps.
A Clifford.
I had a friend named Cliff. Oh, that's the wrong one. Hold on.
We're all gone now.
There we go.
There's the
reflection. But I thought this was such a cool idea. I broke my glass when I moved it in the corner here. But it's like schematics. Like it looks so hand drawn and numbered and all that kind of stuff. This is a really cool piece, but something like that, like this one actually looks like it was drawn in a cave, like the story goes. Yeah. Really cool. I dig that.
That reminds me of those Marvel Universe Series 2 cards that they had, like the Iron Man armor and the Wolverine claws, and they had like schematics that kind of showed some of these things on the back of the card. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Kind of adds like a level of, I don't know, just world building, I guess. A little bit of realism, like, oh, this is how it could work.
I remember loving those Marvel cards. I don't know if it's the same series you're talking about, Pete, but when it listed their power and their agility on the back of each one. And you flip it over and think, I didn't know Spider-Man was that strong. This is rad.
Then they had the cards that explain the power ratings, and you're like, how do I stack up? And you're like, I'm like Aunt May level and everything. Ones across the board, except for intelligence, maybe 2 or 3.
I'm Aunt May across the board. Yeah, it's sad.
Funny. Not even MJ. It's Aunt May.
Yeah.
She's just sitting there at the bottom of the power rating cards, and it's true. I'll look it up. And she's like, she's not even in the set on that particular set. She's in the very first set. And
you gotta have sea level to base everything else off of. Aunt May is the sea level of Marvel.
Am I Thanos level? Am I Thanos?
Not even close. We are close though to hitting 55,555. If somebody wants to back something that happens to land on that would be fantastic.
All you have to do is hit the back it button and donate $56. Just randomly donate.
Oh, that's all we're away?
I mean, you could do that. I'd rather have you buy a book just because it feels better, but whatever you want to do. Essentially, this is just a super important night to back this because we have 28 hours left in the first 30 days. We are at 55,000 and we've got 88 people watching right now. So it's just that important. Peter's here. We don't want to get embarrassed in front of Peter. So check out Fatal right now tonight. I know you've been considering backing it. Maybe you already did, but you don't have the t-shirt yet. That's a good excuse to get a T-shirt.
And Peter sends me hate mail. You didn't even come close to 56,000. He sent me that one time.
That one time.
And I said, P, what are you talking about? It was tonight. That's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
How did you know?
We had and your old T-shirt has a mustard stain on it. I mean, for crying out loud. You could use this one.
And he said, a good publisher can see into the future.
Right.
If you want to share my screen, we can all make fun of Aunt May together.
Okay, let's make fun of Aunt May.
That card.
That's sweet.
Oh, what memories, man. That card is awesome. Below normal.
Easily injured. Easily injured Aunt May.
You had a lot of injuries in your time, Peter.
No, maybe I'm a 2 on that. Maybe I'm a 2. Although maybe I could even be a 3 because I've never had a broken bone and I've played hockey.
Wait a minute. I love these old cards, and this is definitely the set I had. Nick Fury is normal, average resilience, and then Venom's only a 3?
I know.
He wasn't super powered, I guess, just yet. He was just regular powered.
But I remember so many times Spider-Man tried to hurt him and couldn't do anything. 3?
Yeah. Wolverine's a 7 now. He's indestructible. Galactus could take a swing at him and he's fine.
Yeah.
He's so overpowered now.
Oh, man.
Oh, look at that T-shirt.
Nice. Hey.
Did you go to a local printer or did you have a printer online?
No, these are my Crypto Fashion shirts.
Oh, I really wish I could get Crypto Fashion shirts. I don't know why I'm not cool enough. But those are awesome, man. Those are rad. We got to look back at this because I saw someone say that they backed this campaign, Alterna Comics, because you demanded it. And you all are so demanding. 106 backers. I'm going to post the link again here. And Peter also has T-shirts in here. So that's what I got because my old one literally had a mustard stain on it. Anything else you want to tell us about the campaign, Peter?
Did you want to play the video? You could play the video if you want.
Oh, yeah.
There's like a poor schlub in the video. We got this real loser to act in the video. It was great. I didn't pay him anything either.
What a slob.
Yeah, total slob. Just a schmuck. Look at this loser.
Want all these things. Not so much time. I want to sit here and read a comic. Comic. Oh, these readers, they want stuff.
Has this ever happened to you? You're trying to organize your comic books.
What a loser.
They explode. What a mess. Well, you're in luck. The Alterna Comics Collector Case is here to save the day. Keep your collection organized and in great shape. Holds up to 15 comics. Bagged and boarded, too. And now we've got art inserts for the front and side pocket of your collector case. Customize your case with art from some of your favorite Alterna Comics titles. Available on Indiegogo.
That's epic. Oh, there's more.
You still here? What are you doing? Go check out the Indiegogo already.
Sweet. I love that trailers are just getting better and better.
I like the VHS stuff. That's cool. So does Murph.
I love that.
Thank you.
Peter had another idea in I won't say anything, but he had another great idea for some kind of video. That's all I'll say. And I thought it was a great idea. He's full of these kinds of things.
You know, we keep talking about
every now and then.
I do have a bone to pick with Indiegogo. I have moved, and I'm going into my contributions list and trying to update my address, and it does not save. It's quite annoying. I'll go to contribution, edit, fill out my new address, hit save, nothing happens.
Oh no.
Nothing happens. I don't have any ad blockers on or anything like that. Nothing happens.
That's not good.
I know.
Good.
Luckily, where it's shipping to, I can still pick it up, but it's the principle.
Yeah. Well, it's like I shipped, like as the creator, I shipped one to France, and then I hear from the customer that they don't live at that address anymore. So then it's like, oh, I have to ship to France again. It's so expensive to ship it there. So yeah, that's a problem. Indiegogo needs to fix that.
Whoa, we just got a really big increase on the campaign. I just saw it in my email. Holy smokes.
Let's refresh this sucker.
I don't know if it's going to register just yet, though.
At 107, it was that video.
It must have been. Yeah, I don't know if it was someone in here, but holy smokes with the with what they got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we're waiting for we'll wait for the numbers to catch up. They can't handle it because of how big it was. That's awesome.
I'd love that too, to see the Kickstarter, when that goes up in real time. I'd love if Indiegogo could do that.
Yeah, that's one thing I do like. Look, we took a jump up there too. $55,530. Thank you so much. That's awesome. That means we're $25 exactly away without shipping to make it 55,555. That would be epic.
It would be epic.
Battle Brick Road is also here. I'm going to post the link. In case you guys didn't notice, this is kind of a promo stream just because it's a really important night. And we're going to make fun of Kickstarter.
Well, there's a lot of great comics out there, and it's better for these guys in the chat to see some awesome comics instead of seeing these things that'll give them nightmares.
Yeah, we don't want nightmares. Are for losers.
Yeah.
Dreams are for winners. So back our books and have sweet dreams. I want to show you this shirt now. This you can buy on Crypto Fashion, right? You can go to cryptofashion.com/Eric Brothers, get this shirt. But we want this shirt in blood red instead of gold brick. You can back my campaign, Battle Brick Road, as a super fan of hire. That's the only way to get this color, this in red, which I should probably just get the red version so I can show it off a little bit better.
So you mean like the yellow that's around the logo would be red?
Yeah,
that's cool. Kind of
the road will also be red because it's a bloody road.
Reminds me a little bit of Graveyard Shift. How there's the variant version, of his covers or his shirts. Very cool.
I'm pretty sure I thought of it first. Even
of course.
Yeah,
naturally,
yeah. He stole it from me in the past. In the
future. Absolutely. It looks like we got links posted everywhere. Thanks, I Borrow Ideas. That you've been doing really good work. Really good stuff.
You could play that video.
Let's play it because I'm sharing my audio, so it'll work.
Perfect.
Welcome to Oz. Tell me, how again did you find your way here? No need to worry. You are safe here. There are wonders here. Never seen before. You thought you could escape me?
Thea Gale has grown up in a world brought to its knees by drought and monstrous dust storms. Now, a message from her long-lost father will set her on a path through an exotic land. Along with her trusty sidekick Toto, she must befriend a ragtag group of outcasts to endure the many challenges along the way. Battlebrick Road Operation Zephyr is a 52-page graphic novel in the first volume in a 4-part series. From artificial intelligence to genetic manipulation, Battlebrick Road brings an original and multi-layered story to the familiar backdrop of Oz. Back it today and help bring to life this apocalyptically fresh take on the classic American fairy tale. Only on Indiegogo.
Nice. Great timing, too, because we've got a Raging Golden Eagle raid right now. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
Appreciate you being for him.
The fun fact that scene from the cover, that's the scene in the book I'm doing right now. In fact, that's what's on my desk right now. So I can't wait to get to this book today, buddy. It's fantastic.
Sweet. Well, I posted the link here in the chat. We're just looking at great comic books tonight. That's essentially what it comes down to. These are books that we prefer not to be published through mainstream comics. We're doing it ourselves, and we're crushing it all around. So appreciate everybody for coming in and checking us out, especially from Raging Golden Eagle. If you guys haven't liked and subscribed to this channel, do so. It's a great time to do that. And we always talk about good comics and have a good time every time we stream, and in regular videos too. Cult of Altus for $4.99. Thanks for the super chat. Says something to think about regarding Kickstarter versus Indiegogo fees. They are responsible for sales tax as the vendor online, which is also why IGG store is nice. Yeah, sales tax is a little different. I talked to my brother-in-law as an accountant, and I went through all this stuff. It is very helpful. There are credit card fees, though, too. That's another aspect. Finances, I mean, everywhere. Both platforms have credit card fees, so
yep,
it's something to look at. Since we were looking at videos, I want to show ours too because we haven't even shown it tonight. This is for Fatal. It's gonna knock your socks off.
We've received a transmission from the planet Bandril. Shall we give it a listen?
I'm calling you because my planet is sick. And not the monarchy, not the royal guard, not a single person on this spinning rock seems to care. It started gradually. First, it got into our heads. By the time I realized something was wrong, by the time I woke up, they were already here. Things look perfect at first glance, but that's how the aliens work. That's how the invasion starts. A slow boil. I'm calling you because I can't trust anyone here. You're off planet. You're a professional. And I'm afraid we might already be dead.
Flynn? How shall I respond?
It's a job. Let's suit up.
Epic. All right. I'm seeing a lot of people saying they are Raging Golden Eagle fans coming in. He sent his army. Appreciate you all coming in here. We're going over these 3 campaigns tonight, and these are fantastic. This is Fatal. This is Flint's Alien Termination and Logistics. This campaign is so sweet. This book is sick. Check it out. I'm going to post the link. It's in the description of this video, but also in the chat, and you won't regret it. This is going to, seriously, I would put this book up against anything Marvel or DC is putting out, and it will trounce them. This is fantastic work. This is Charlie Snogans on the artwork, and he will knock your socks off every time, every single page. That is right. So much energy, where I see that. So much energy in Snowgun's art. So check it out. The link's in the description. And back it. If you've already backed it, we've got those t-shirts that everyone's been asking for right here. And this will help us continue to make more comics. If you want to see more work like this, the best thing you can do is back the campaign, show your support, and share it out on social media so everyone else gets a chance. Another one here too is Alterna Comics. These are not only super affordable comics, they're also just great comics. What do you have to say for yourself here? Yeah.
They're super awesome comics. We have the most demanding readers in all of comics, and that's why we've put this campaign together to hopefully silence them. Stop sending me so many friggin' emails wanting stuff all the time.
After this, it'll be like, are you doing it again next year? That's all you're going to hear. When's that
I think so. I think this is going to become one of those campaigns that, because as we sell out of titles and things like that too, I think it is going to become a campaign we end up doing annually. And we'll have to come up with different things to highlight and different things that people are wanting, and just leave them for this kind of thing. Now, this campaign, there's a whole lot of reprints available. There's a lot of great blank variant covers available too. The blank variants are on uncoated 10-point cardstock. So this stuff is nice. You can draw on it with pencil, pen, ink, marker, ink wash. It's going to hold up. And it's uncoated. So this way, some of these covers, I don't know what these publishers are thinking. It's on a coated stock, and when you touch it with like a sharp, you could put a Sharpie on there, and when you touch it, it'll smear everywhere. It's almost like an oil painting.
Terrible.
But it's a sketch cover. It just never dries.
Yeah,
you can't even sign it. It smears. So the alternate covers aren't going to be that way. They're going to be this nice uncoated stock.
Smear free.
Smear free, yeah.
Absolutely. Check it out. And you can draw your own cover on these. That's the great part. Or you can hire one of the many talented artists that are published through Alterna that can do great art for you as well on those sketch covers, including Peter Simeti himself.
Absolutely. And if you scroll up too, you could see Hank Tucker's art. Hank Tucker, for those that don't know, is a legend in the animation industry. He's done storyboards for Transformers, for Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, for various Disney films over the years, the Lord of the Rings animated film. He was the director, producer of the Tick animated series as well. So he's a living legend in animation, and you can actually get a commission from him too.
Absolutely. So check it out. It's on Indiegogo right now. I think the links are everywhere. I'm going to post it again. And helping out great publishers, great comics, great creators.
What more could you ask for?
Seriously.
Only Battle Brick Road. That's it.
That's true.
We made 2 rounds because of the Rich and Golden Eagle. But I'm going to post the link here too. And check it out. These are all fantastic, top-notch comic books by creators who are proven. We deliver. Every single one of us here that's doing a comic book has already delivered at least one comic book. Actually, no, even at least 2 comic books for sure. So, you'll definitely get what you back, and I guarantee you won't be disappointed on any of these. So appreciate everyone for tuning in tonight. I hate to say this, guys, but I'm exhausted, and I need to go to sleep.
I hear you.
Yeah. Appreciate everyone for coming on the stream, though. Peter, it's great to talk to you again, as always. I think I'm still planning on a Friday night stream.
Okay.
So if you're down, I'm down.
Totally. We can
we'll
talk
have
about all kinds of things.
Yeah, I'll plan some topics. It'll be fun.
Bring your best hat.
I will.
Charlie's here as well. Charlie, you're muted. I'm going to unmute you. I'm going to try to unmute you. Oh, I can't unmute you. Wait, there you go.
I did it.
Cool.
I did it. I'm sorry.
You're good.
There I was. Sorry. Yeah, I'm here. Just in time to say goodbye.
Appreciate you, Charlie. Charlie's the artist.
Yeah. Friday, you say?
Friday.
Yes, I'll draw whatever you need with any of my hands, all of my hands, none of my hands, 3 of my hands. If you want me to do it with 2 hands, I'll do it with 1 hand or 2 hands. Either way, we got 1 hand over here. Go back in the back of the road. You want it 2 hands, $300 for 2 hands.
What I want to see is a 2-footed drawing from you. Do you think you could do that?
Oh, heavens to Betsy. I descended from the trees long ago. I don't think I quite have the capacity to do too much with my feet. Maybe I could hitchhike with one big toe.
I could try.
Displace a little water. In
I think if I tried it on air, I would get reported to YouTube for a hate crime or something, just because of the feet. Yeah, that's likely to happen.
You got freaky feet?
I don't want to see your feet.
Not really, but no one wants to see that.
Yeah,
for sure. But Charlie's the artist on Fatal. It's fantastic, top-notch, professional. That leaves other professional comic book artists that work all over the industry in envy or deep respect.
Come and get it. It's high action, high octane, stick to the ribs type of a story where you're gonna feel good after you've read it, and you'll feel heroic and suave and sophisticated. And you'll walk out of your house after you've read it, and you might feel as though you could accomplish anything. Don't stop a train. But after you read it, maybe you can talk to that girl at the bar who you've been peeping here and there, and now you've got the gusto. Now you've got the gusto to do it, all because you read a comic book.
It's full of onion and testosterone. and then Eric Weathers moved to his new house. Appreciate you coming on the stream, Eric. It's been a little while.
It's been too long. I forgot how to stream. I forgot how to pitch.
I know. So. It's funny how that happens. Sometimes, though, when you're pitching all the time, then you get to hit this wall where you just can't speak anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it's all good. Book still looks great.
You just need to record a really great pitch and then just play it into the mic and be like, look like really bad dubbing, but it'll save you a lot of grief.
That's true.
It'll provide you a whole different set of grief too.
Too much grief.
I have to address this one comment. Ross Wolf said, I can't get over the name Fatal. Reminds me too much of the RPG Fatal, which is also an acronym, Shudder. Yeah, so that was one of our decision factors in not calling this an acronym Fatal with the second A, is because it's already taken and it is associated with an apparently terrible RPG game that we don't want to be associated with.
I liked your first choice for a name. Remember that? And you told me it?
What was the first choice for the name?
Quest, Jack.
No,
Quest,
his first choice for a name was Body Positive L. And I was like, just go for the on PC, do the fat L.
Yeah.
They call me Fat L.
The most
I'll find
it. Size L.
Absolutely.
Plus size L.
Love it.
I'll pose my arms around that and take it all the way to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. I'm going to refresh.
She's not
this
plus size. She's not plus size. She is right sized.
2 more backers. Thanks, everybody.
All right. I went from having to draw pretty girls all the time to having to draw plus size girls in commercials. And I'm just thinking, are you guys sure that's what you want to do? You want to not attract attention? All right. So, I don't know. There's a whole movement, and we'll all leave. Thank you very much, because as they're doing it across all the approved modes.
I mean,
it's certainly a movement.
I'm no spring chicken myself, but I still would prefer not to look at someone that looks like me in my comics. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd prefer that too.
Yeah. See?
It's
right.
It's almost as though when you're looking at your heroes, you're pursuing an ideal.
Pete's on fire tonight.
Something like
I just
that.
mean, I miss seeing just the peppermint. What is this garish mug on the screen all the time? We're already torturing him enough with my garish mug. We don't need to torture him with Clint's too. Eric looks fantastic. Charlie looks like a badass. I look like a fool, and then Clint looks like there we go, beautiful.
There's the peppermint.
That's sweet.
There was a 3-week stretch where it was just the peppermint. And we were all thinking, "Where's Clint?" And then his power went out. We didn't even see the peppermint.
This summer this whole year has been insane, but this summer has been crazy disaster. Anyway, but I'm going to go to sleep. So thanks everybody for coming. Really appreciate you all. And I know I'm streaming tomorrow night somewhere. I can't even think to where it is. There's a stream. I'll figure it out and let you know.
Show up somewhere.
I'll pop up. And then we're going to stream here again Friday night with Peter, and we'll come up with some sick topics everyone's going to want to enjoy. So thank you all, and we'll see you in the next video.